Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, and you can consider this kind of a bonus video. There's not going to be any fun traveling adventures in this video, but I wanted to talk about something today that I felt, I almost felt like I had a responsibility to talk about this because I felt like it was so egregious. Now, through my travels, I have had plenty of travel issues. I've had plenty of bad service. I've had plenty of, terrible interactions with customer service, be it hotels, restaurants, planes. It's part of traveling. And there's been a few times I've gotten angry and I said to myself, I'm going to say something about this on my channel. I'm going to use my platform to say something. But I always like feel guilty about that, especially, if someone's having an off day, if you just get the wrong person, to take it to social media, to take it to YouTube, it is an escalation. But what I dealt with today, I felt was so egregious that I feel like it would be irresponsible to not talk about it. I want as many people to know about this as possible, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are probably a chain of people that are being mistreated and frankly scammed in similar ways than me and Jen were this evening. And I feel like it's important for me to put it out there what happened so you can make your own decision about dealing with this company. Now, this company that I am speaking of is Ace Rental Cars. Now, I've had some bad experiences with rental cars in the past, and I've learned there's certain companies that I won't deal with. I had a bad experience with Fox. Basically, they were just out of cars. I mean, it wasn't a scam. They were just out of cars. But that's not a good way to run a car rental business. But yeah, they didn't have a car when I had a reservation. But what happened with Ace, let me just kind of walk you through this. I want to try to get this as accurate as possible, because I'm not trying to embellish. I'm not trying to slander. I'm trying to tell this story so that you can hear this story and make your own decisions on how you spend your money when it comes to rental cars and making decisions. And my advice to you would be to not use Ace Rental Car under any circumstances, because of the interactions I've had this evening. I feel that it is not an ethical company. I feel like they have behaved unethically on several different levels. I tried reaching out to correct the problem, and I wasn't feeling very positive vibes. So let me walk this back. So let me talk like a little further. I made a reservation on Priceline. I know, first mistake. I made a reservation on Priceline for a rental car. I made it for the wrong time, and I ended up having to eat the money because they would not refund me because I had booked it the wrong day. This is a different company too. I don't even know. It was just Priceline, booked a car, and I think it was, yeah, I'm not going to say it because I forget exactly what other company it was. They kept my deposit. I had to pay half. I had to pay $150, and I ended up losing it because I booked the wrong day. I called, I asked, they said no. I tried to let it go. It really stinks, and it sucks that you get charged for making a mistake, but in the end, it's their policy, and it's a crummy policy, but it's a policy. So I went and booked another car on Priceline, and it was, just kind of go through there and try to find good deals on Priceline. Again, I use Priceline, but I don't recommend other people using it, because if you do it wrong, if you mess up, you're gonna end up paying, and if your travel plans go wrong, you may end up paying. That's just part of the beast that is Priceline. You get some good deals, but you could very well end up paying a full fee if you cancel or if you make a mistake with your reservation. But I booked a car, but this issue isn't necessarily even Priceline. So from there, I booked a mid-size SUV for Colorado. Jen and Annabelle are landing in Colorado tonight, and I'm going to meet them once I get out there. So I rented this because I'm not going to be out there with them at first. I rented them a rental car, and I got it. I booked it through Priceline. I picked Ace. I'd never used Ace before, so I didn't know anything about the company. It was a $250 charge for I think it was 4 days. I think it was 4 days that I'm sorry, I'm checking here. Yeah, I think it was 5 days. 5 days. So $250 for 5 days. Pretty good price, you'd think, right? So I showed up, or Jen showed up tonight to pick up the car, and she said that they'd be charging. She asked if $300 was the right price. That's what they were charging her. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, wait. I thought I already paid for this in full. And when I've made reservations before with like Hertz or Enterprise, I pay ahead of time, and then that's just what you pay. But this company, I guess, works a little differently. I was never told there would be anything additional. I was never told there's going to be any additional charge. But when she got there, so she stepped away. She was confused. She thought that I paid for it, so she called me, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. I think I paid for it. I paid $250. They charged her $300 plus an additional $200 that supposedly will be refunded when she gets her when we get the rental car back. We return the rental car." So I'm like, wait, let's send me the breakdown, the screenshot of the breakdown, so I can figure out what's going on here. So I looked at it, and they had charged her, for their insurance. And I've had this come up before. The rental car companies want you to use their insurance. Your insurance transfers over to them. I don't know all the logistics of it, but you can use your own insurance. You don't need to use their insurance. The more reputable companies will offer you their insurance. They won't bully you over it. She asked to use her own insurance. They simply charged her their insurance instead. And it was like $160 they charged her for insurance. They charged her an additional $70 for a toll pass. So I talked to her about this. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't seem right. Can you? I'm like, I know you're busy. I know you've been flying all day. I know you've had a long flight. Could you just go and see if they'll, knock that off? Tell them, we want to use our own insurance. And the person that she dealt with, acted like she was insane. Like it was, and I ended up being on the phone with her because she ended up calling back because they simply would not take no for an answer. Like, she was like saying, no, we want our own insurance. He's like, if you get in an accident, this is going to be $60,000. You're going to have to pay this out of your pocket. And I'm like, no, just tell them. And she said multiple times, no, sir, we just want the insurance. And he pestered her. The people behind her were getting mad at her. They were saying things to her, just like, can you hurry up? We need to get our rental car. But still, this guy would not. He was pulling up articles. Was like trying to show her stuff on his phone. Look at what could happen. He's like, there's supposed to be bad weather tonight, and yeah, there was not. I looked up the weather on the phone, and there was not. It was clear. He said there's mountain sheep up there running the road. It's really dangerous. You're gonna want this. You're gonna want to be covered. Your insurance does not cover it. It's because you're in North Carolina. It's not gonna cover anything. Even though we had used our insurance before in Colorado, and so anyway, he's bullying her. She asked about get the toll thing taken off, and get this. So. We weren't even sure if there was a toll, but he said that if you don't pay for the $70 tolls, if you get a toll, we're gonna charge you for the toll, and then we're gonna charge you a $50 fee. So right there, that's like, to me right there alone, that's a scam. You have to buy their $70, you know, to pay like a $5 or $10 toll because you don't have your own license plate. They're gonna either sell you their pass for $70 to cover you to go through maybe one toll. And if you don't buy their $70 thing, they're going to charge you $50 if you do get a toll and charge you for the price of the toll. So she gave up on the toll thing. It was just, you know, fine. We'll pay the $70 for the toll pass, even though I think she said there ended up not being a toll. So $70, whoop, out of her pocket. And, you know, she was insistent. And the guy was like, you know, she's like, you know, my boyfriend made the reservation. He just wants to use our insurance. So the man was like, oh, you know, I don't know who you're talking to, but I think he said, oh, your boyfriend's awfully ballsy then, or something. It was on, and I could just hear her again say, we don't want the insurance. We don't want the insurance. We just want it. And he kept pressuring her. At one point, he even said to her, we've got this long line behind you. We need to make a decision. Even though she had over and over and over and over stated her decision, they would not take no. This was like in this endless like mansplaining for, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little irritated here because this is, I'm really upset. The thing that upsets me the most is how she was treated. How she was treated at the airport. She knew what she wanted. She asked for what she wanted and was literally denied what she wanted. And the guy gave some just backwards explanation because she said, I told the other man that I did not want this. I did not want the insurance. And he's like, oh, well, he was just looking out for you. He was just trying to give you a deal because he wanted to rent you a better SUV, like the four-wheel drive SUV, but we can't rent that out unless we put it under our insurance. And she's like, but I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for insurance. I didn't ask for an upgrade. And so finally, you know, she gets them to just understand. She's standing her ground, saying what she wants, and this person is refusing to give it to her. And I just, that upsets me in so many levels. To me, there's just a right and a wrong way to do business. Like, if that is an option, if it is an option to not add on your expensive, pointless insurance, then, you know, we have the option to do it. If it's mandatory, then say it's mandatory, but don't bully, pressure, belittle in order to get to make money, because that's what they want. They're trying to be pushy. They know that people are tired. They know that people want to get to where they're going, and so they bully them over and over again, trying to get her to agree to this, to agree to something she doesn't want, to agree to the upgrade, to agree to get insurance. So finally, you know, Jen tells me that we are that she thinks she's got it handled. Later, Jen contacts me, and turns out that we were still charged $114. She originally thought that they had still charged $114 for the insurance that we said we didn't want. And this makes me mad. It's just, it's principle to me. You know, I get overcharged all the time. I pay way too much all the time. You know, I pay $5 for a bottle of water in a theme park. It's a ripoff, but it's part of what I'm doing. But like, when you're tricking me, when you're trying to go behind me and get me to pay for something and trying to outsmart me or trying to outsmart my friends and loved ones, that's what really sticks in my craw. So what they had done was that they had given her a I guess what the gentleman had said at the last, I'm not going to call him a gentleman, what this person said at the last moment was, I'm not okay. He's like, who's ever on the phone with you, they don't care about you, but I care about you. I can't let you leave. I can't let you leave here with without a four-wheel drive. So, like, she was like, I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he's, like, just giving me the... She assumed it and translated as he was giving her the car or doing the upgrade anyways. Just because probably they didn't have another car. And then they try to do that, try to push you into upgrades when they don't have the car that you wanted to give you. So her and Annabelle get out to the car. The car smells like marijuana, and they're frustrated. They want to leave, and Annabelle runs to the person and says, "This car smells like marijuana." They're like, "Oh, sorry," and she's like, "We gotta go, but can you make a notation? I don't want to be charged for this." So he writes down in his notebook that the car, makes a note on the file that the car smelled like smoke. I'll probably end up being, the rate of this thing's going, I'm probably going to end up being charged for it, because I don't trust this company. I don't trust what they've done, and I don't trust what they're going to do in the future. So once I find out that they had still charged her after her insistence that they did not, I called the phone number I found. It took me to a call center, and they asked to be transferred to the airport. I asked to speak to a manager at the location, and he was immediately hostile towards me. I had told him right off the bat, I'm like, "Sir, let me, I'm talking to you. I'm a little emotional right now because I get worked up. I get my anxiety kicked in. I was stuttering a little bit." I told him, "Sir, I'm emotional," and I explained, and I was frustrated. I went down all that had happened to Jen, and asked him if he could please fix it. And he told me that I gave him the information. He looked up the file. And so I told him that we had been charged for the insurance, even though we had asked. We had multiple times turned it down, and we'd still gotten charged. So he says, "Oh, there's no insurance being charged on here." So I'm pulling up, and he says, "What you've been charged for is the upgrade that you asked for." I'm like, "We did not ask for an upgrade." There was $22 a day charged for this upgrade fee that we did not ask for. And then the man immediately, like I said, he was immediately hostile. He accused me of changing my story. He's like, "You called and you said that you had been charged for insurance. There's no insurance charge here. There's only a charge for the upgrade." I explained it. We did not ask for the upgrade. He told me, "We don't charge people unless they agree to it. We don't do things unless people agree to it." And I, obviously I was a little bit on the fence. I tried to keep my cool with him. But like immediately it was like, he didn't believe me. He said, "If you want your money back, you tell your girlfriend she can drive this back here, and we'll trade it, and we'll exchange it." And I told him, "Sir, my girlfriend is several hours away now. She cannot just drive the car over there for this exchange." And he said, "I've given you all the options that I can." He did say like that all the conversations are recorded, and he's gonna watch the video and see what I said, if what I said was accurate. Obviously, did not even like entertain the idea that I was telling the truth. He was immediately on the defensive, and I was like, "Sir," and then that's when I'm like, "Sir," and I was trying to reiterate that. Then he started cutting me off. He's like, "I have given you lots of options." He's like, "You're emotional. I don't need to be talking to you anymore." And I'm like, "Sir," I was trying to calm down, and I was getting irritated because immediately like putting accusations at me that somehow I was trying to do something shady, that me and Jen were trying to cover something up after the way that she had been treated in that airport, after the way that she'd been hassled. And you can probably tell I'm angry right now. I am angry. I think the way that she was treated in the airport was demeaning. I think it was embarrassing. I think they were pretty much demeaning and embarrassing her until she just agreed to something. Jen's someone who has health issues. She has she's immunocompromised. She has issues, with exertion, with traveling. It gets to her, and she's in this vulnerable state. They're just battering her, pressuring her, trying to squeeze money out of her. Of course, they just put all this stuff down and charge her. She did not agree to the insurance. She did not agree to an upgrade, and they tried to push both these things on her. And when they didn't agree, the guy says, "Well, he literally said that he cared about her and I didn't care about her. So he was going, out of the kindness of his heart, was going to charge her for an upgrade because, you know, he didn't want her out on the road because he couldn't in good conscience, but he could in good conscience charge someone money that that they did not agree to be charged. So yeah, I'm mad, and like I said, I don't like doing stuff like this. I don't like going on here and complaining about places. I like to find the best, you know, I like to find the good in things, the good in places, the good in things. You know, like I said, I come across experiences, bad experiences, and I think about it and I leave it out of the videos because I don't like calling people out. I don't like pointing a finger, but I feel like if I did not put this video out here, that I did not use my online voice to express these, that I was being irresponsible, because I bet there's a lot of people that get charged, that get hustled, that get taken advantage of with this scam, with this bullying, with this demeaning behavior, and they end up not being able to do anything about it. And, you know, I'm not going to get my money back. They're not going to do anything. He made it very apparent to me that he did not care and that I would not be getting a red cent back. And again, you know, you might say it's not a lot of money, but to me, it's the principle. If it was, you know, if that was just what they charged, I would have dealt with it. But, you know, you're talking about, I paid $250 online, and then they show up and they try to charge an additional $300, and ended up paying almost that. Probably close to $250 in fees. The $70 tolling fee. It was $114 for the upgrade that we did not request. And you know, some of you may watch this and you maybe don't think this is a big deal. Maybe you're like, that's how the industry works. That's how it is. And if that's how it is, that's fine. I'm not telling you how to feel, but I wanted you guys to hear my experience so you will not get sucked up into these traps. I would encourage people to use reputable companies that rent out cars. I don't particularly endorse any particular ones. You know, Enterprise, I used during my fiasco for 4.5 months. I had Enterprise cars. I had 4 cars break down in that time. That wasn't great, but at least my interactions with them, I didn't feel like someone was trying to trick me or scam me or hustle me for money. Hertz the same way. I waited in an airport for 5 hours one time waiting on a Hertz car to be ready. But at least, you know, you got the feeling that they weren't trying to trick you. They weren't trying to come from behind. They were just understaffed, did not have the cars. And so to me, you know, it's business. That's, you know, water off a duck's back. That's what happens. But when you're trying to intentionally deceive me, intentionally deceive my loved ones, demeaning my loved ones, demeaning me, like customer service, you know, the gentleman again, the man I talked to, the manager on the phone, you know, ended up hanging up on me when I was, you know, trying to straighten this out. I did not raise my voice. I did not, you know, I was not trying to be rude. I was not trying to be, I was trying to be firm. You know, I was trying to be firm, let them know what happened. I may have slipped out a 4-letter word when he said bye-bye and hung up on me. But yeah, it was a lot of frustration. So if I can put any positivity out in the world, don't use this company. Don't use this company. Again, if you feel like this is reasonable, what I'm explaining, I've walked you through an accurate representation. There's no embellishment in this story. If you feel like that's reasonable, then by all means use this company. But if you do not like this, if you do not want to be treated like that, then you may consider using a different company. I'm definitely going to create a very short list of rental car companies. I think I'm no longer going to rent from anything that I have not previously rented from. Like I said, I don't trust Fox because they didn't have a rental car once for me. I'm trying to think if there's any others that I've had trouble with. But Ace, I have never in my life felt so angry and so mistreated by almost really any company. So this is a warning out there that is me and Jenn's experience, and hopefully, you know, I'm hoping, you know, they charge, you know, we're almost we're about like $700 in the hole on this rental car. Hopefully I can get that $200 back. They'll actually refund it, but like, why should I believe that that's going to happen? Like, why should I believe after all this that that is going to happen? You know, it was clear the manager had no interest in clearing this up, no interest in, you know, fostering some sort of understanding. It was immediately confrontational. It was, he's not going to, you know, not going to give me one dime back. So yeah, that's my story. I hope my story here can, maybe it can be a teachable moment for other people on, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, I don't know if there may be other companies that operate the same way as Ace, but I would put a lot, because that's where they get you, because when you get out of your airplane, you're tired, you're exhausted. That's when they try to take advantage of you. This was at the Denver airport. You know, it's just crazy that a company that operates that way can be allowed to operate out of the Denver airport. So thank you. I'm putting this up right now. I think I'm gonna go upload this video right now. Your regularly scheduled videos will commence. They will not be interrupted. I just felt like this was important. I wanted to get this out there while it was fresh in my head, and why I put it out there and put it out there. And just keep in mind, like I said, I've been traveling. The channel's 10 years old. I've been traveling. I've been very angry, very upset, and I've never felt compelled to make a video, a completely negative video, talking about my bad experiences with a company. So that speaks for itself. There it is. Thank you guys for watching this video. Feel free to share any experiences that you have had with this company or any other rental car companies. Let me know. I'll make my list of what rental companies to use and a list of which ones not to use. If there's others that operate the same way, please let everyone know in the comments section so we can know where to not get a rental car. And Ace, if you're out there watching this video, I doubt you are, but you know, don't just don't do this to people. It's not right. This is rotten behavior. You know, I guess maybe old-fashioned in the way that I feel like people should just do business. You know, you give a price, you do a service. I hate the tricking, the backwards charging of money. You know, someone shows up at the airport and you take advantage of them. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. So thank you guys. This has been a bit of a ramble because it's still fresh in my mind, but I really wanted to just put this out there into the universe for you guys to make of what you will. So thank you so much. Again, fun videos start again immediately. This is just a bonus video. Until next time, this one's in the bag.